This is a review of the First Act brand M2A-15 guitar amplifier. It's a 15 watt peak, but it's actually a 10 watt amplifier by today's standards. 6-inch speaker. Distortion is just an on-off switch, no adjustable gain. I got EQ flat. This guitar was originally a First Act brand guitar. I bought the two together used. These front two pickups are the original single coils, which are actually pretty good pickups. They sound great in a better amplifier. So I'll turn this on. I'll just run it through. I'm not a great guitar player, I'm more of a bass player, but we'll hear how it sounds clean. So it's okay clean. It doesn't take chords that great. You end up getting some bit of speaker distortion, but if the volume stays low, the speaker doesn't distort. It's okay starting out. I used it for a few months, and then if I kick on that distortion switch, you start hearing quite a bit more noise, which you expect when you kick on gain. It's not noise from the guitar. A lot of it's just noise from the amplifier. Really more of a overdrive than a distortion. And I'll hit it with a power chord. A lot of that distortion you heard is actually the amp itself rattling and the speaker rattling. So I'll try a bit lower. Just do the neck pickup. Like, it's a bit ouchy. Most of this made it louder. I'll put it on this humbucker, which is actually a really nice humbucker. Originally was in an expensive carbon guitar. That cleans it quite a bit better. So for comparison, I've got a rather old PV 40 watt. See if that distortion's on or off. Okay. I'm done. Put it back on that net pickup. So much cleaner. And then if you listen to the distortion on this, you clean it up on the volume. And then this one, you can hit OK with a power chord, and you can also adjust the gain on this. So let's hit that humbucker again. It's much more pleasant. Let's go ahead and switch back. See if you can get some usable sounds out of this old First Act. So I'll put it in position 2. So this front and middle together, so it should cut the 60 hertz. make it quiet to start with. And if I roll back the tone a little bit, both the front and middle, you gotta roll those both back. They're a bit more pleasant. I'm sure we got that. Let's click that distortion switch off. And it gets more pleasant that way. So if you keep the volume down so the speaker doesn't distort on you, and keep it clean, just avoid that distortion switch, it's okay. Let's see if we can get something usable out of that distortion. Sounds okay until you get a couple if you get 3 strings ringing out at the same time, it gets pretty bad. Single notes, couple notes, it's not too bad. It gets a little bit bluesy there. Maybe I'll roll that tone off more. So really not great as a guitar amp. If you just want to keep it clean, it can be okay. Now something I discovered, a good use for it though, is when I got my bass, and before I had my bass amp, I didn't want to damage my guitar amps, my good ones, with my bass, but I didn't worry about damaging this one. So I plugged in my bass, and it actually, it's not bad as a practice bass amp. And that's on the single coil bridge pickup on my Jaguar. Doesn't like harmonics, but as long as you aren't doing the jazzy harmonics, it's fine for the bass. Even that distortion. Distorting a speaker with a bass actually sounds intentional. So let's hit it with that P bass. With that distortion off. You use that P bass pickup, roll that tone off some. And that takes some of the speaker distortion down, it cleans up quite a bit. speakers distorting some, but it's not so bad in bass. I mean, with a bass, if you're cranking a big amp up, you rattle stuff on the walls, and you hear a bit of noise. So lets you get a bit of that rattly bass. You hit it hard, you actually get kind of a fuzz to it, which isn't bad for bass. So as far as a guitar practice amp, it would be avoided unless you get it super cheap and just need something to start with. For a bass, it's like if you've got yourself a cheap bass and you don't have money for an amp, if you see one of these really cheap, I'd say go for it. And the speaker doesn't seem to get damaged by distorting it. I haven't gotten a blowout yet. I think the power circuit of itself, it just can't push enough power to blow that speaker anyway. So there you have it. Really bad for a guitar amp, fine for a bass starter amp. That's the First Act brand M2A-15 amplifier.